Listen up. We are ready for this. I hope we remember all we've done to prepare for moments like today. 2 to 3 hours on the ice every day, working on areas of our game. Hitting the weights to build our strength and conditioning. All the film sessions to improve our hockey sense and analyze our play. And studying hard in the classroom to become a better student every day. We are ready. It doesn't matter who we play. We faced the best teams before. Do you guys remember what happened?
Out here in overtime, Bazzaio up the right wing, shakes his defender. Jeunesse calling for it. Bazzaio fires the pass. Jeunesse shoots. He scores. Skull wins in overtime.
We won that game. We were ready, and we won. We can win again today. We've come from all over the world to play here for this team at Spot, to become the best we can be. Along the way, we become more than teammates, fellas. Become a family. Sure, someday we'll play on different teams at higher levels, but today it's all about this game.
We're ready to get another semifinal matchup going here, this time in the 2013 bracket as Team Vermont and Team Massachusetts squaring off against each other. The 4th-seeded Team Vermont taking on the number 1 seed Team Massachusetts in the 2013 bracket. And what a team Massachusetts has put together. Perfect 3-0 leading up to this game. They have scored 20 goals in those 3 games, including 8 back on Friday against these very same Vermonters. Of course, this is a completely different game here as right off the hop, it's a blocker save for Poirier, who gets the start opposite of Bradley in net for Team Massachusetts, who has not only scored, but has limited their oppositions as well. They've only allowed 7 goals in their 3 previous games played, and 5 of those 7 came in their last game, which was an 8-5 win over Team New Hampshire. Previously, they had outscored their opponents 12-2 in 2 games to open up this tournament. They have not been easy to slow down. Vermont will have their hands full as McCarron brings it in across the line. Minute gone by in this game. Already a better start than the last time these 2 teams met, when Massachusetts struck for 3 goals in the opening 2:29 as this puck is up along the apron of the goal. Vermont knows they're up against it, but once you get into the semifinals, it's all about resetting those previous 3 games. Vermont did not pick up a win. They were outscored 21-5, but all they're going to need here are a couple of goals. If they can get it, and they'll take them from anywhere that they come. They'll look to clear the zone here, and it's Mosher breaking it out. This is brought in back across the line. Swung back out in front. Salvatore missed the mark as the puck kicks back into the corner. Mosher wrapped up there by Ressiner. Flipped along, and Hurley had that pass telegraphed nicely. Stepping in front was Merrill, and Vermont will send it in deep. Hayton, centering feed, blocked out in front by a kneeling play from Ressiner as LaRoche drives this wide off the end boards. Massachusetts under some pressure here. Hayton goes spinning into the boards after taking Hanley down, as that shot slowed down before it ever got to Bradley. From his knees, Massey shunts the puck ahead. Hurley could not split through the Vermont line as Butler now has it, with Hurley still on his back. Butler up to the line, but not out of the zone. Now it's tossed out, but right back in possession for Team Massachusetts. This is Shiner taking it right in across the line. Beautiful move, and on the backhand, he didn't get a lot on it as it went wide, stick side. We'll get an icing call here early on in this first period of play. The 2012 bracket decided here with Team Massachusetts and Team Maine skating to convincing wins 7-2 for Team Massachusetts over Team Vermont. Team Maine defeating Team New Hampshire 7-3. So it'll be Massachusetts and Maine in the 2012 bracket at 12:30 for the championship. Now we figure out how things will play for the 2013 side of things, and Vermont certainly hoping that they can pull off an upset. Trying to hand Massachusetts what would be their first loss all weekend. With the puck is Mosher. Got around Morgan, but it drifted too far ahead of him. Puck played off the boards into the middle where it's tapped on now for Morgan. Long shot, skips in on to Poirier, and she'll trap it. Puck tied up on the dot. Then hit off of the referee standing in the circle. Turning with it for Tentis, the leading scorer in this 2013 bracket, as that shot is stopped by Poirier. On Delaney's long try from the near point. It has been quite an impressive tournament, to say the least, for Keegan Vertentis, coming into this game with 8 points to lead all scorers in the 2013 bracket, and he's third overall in scoring amongst this entire tournament. 7 goals to go along with those 8 points. Delaney pinching in along the boards. Vermont trying to pinch this puck out. They're able to dig it free, and it's Salvatore to just send it out of trouble. Vermont can complete on a change. Puck glides ahead where Nutter had his pass picked off. Mosher run into there. Effective stand-up from Vertentis. Nutter trying to lead his man out of the zone. That was Stepan. Played back in off the end boards and away from Bradley. Out comes Stepan. Gaining the line. Good poke check there from LaRoche. Second strong defensive play he's made. Another good jab on the puck. And now LaRoche overskated things as a spinorama pass did not connect over at the near side. It's shoveled back up to the point for Massey. Off of Hayton. Vertentis could not thread the pass through into the circle, and Vermont survives that, clearing it to center. McCarron is watched by Mosher. Got the pass across, and it was a tough one for Massey to handle, but he's able to get it ahead, and now here comes Vertentis trying to get past LaRoche, and he'll score! The first goal of this semifinals belongs to Team Massachusetts, and who else to get it for them than Keegan Vertentis, his 8th goal of this tournament. Beating Poirier to the glove side. Massey picks up the assist on that goal from Vertentis, who continues his torrid pace as Bradley makes the stick save and covers up. A lot of the focus with Massachusetts might be on their goal scoring, which has been impressive, and in particular with Vertentis, who just showed you what he can do, but their goaltending, underrated. Braylon Bradley coming into this game leading the tournament with a .913 save percentage in her age bracket. And her counterpart Andrew Polnareff leads in goals against average at just a tick over 2. As look out here, Hurley in the clear, deking and scoring. Great move in on the net that time by Hurley as he pulled it all the way around Poirier to tuck the backhander home. 2 quick goals here for Team Massachusetts as on back-to-back shots they take a 2-0 lead. Two goals coming 45 seconds apart for Team Massachusetts. Tyler Hurley with the goal. Shiner picks up the assist. Massachusetts trying to get right back on the attack. Puck was kicked away by Merrill, and now out comes Team Vermont, 2 skating on 2. Mosher holding on to this puck, but he just couldn't get around the defenseman that time. Good work from Shiner. Puck up to the line where it's kept in there off the feet of Kinney. Now from the top of the circle, that shot just raising over the glove of Bradley, who tried to pick it off. Team Massachusetts trying to get ahead. Good stick there by Merrill, and denied what could have been a potential 3-on-2 rush. This is McCarron to turn it off the boards. Vertentis with it here. Vertentis with speed, blazing through defenders, and he scores again. Coast to coast and into the back of the net for his 2nd goal of the period. He is up to 9 in this tournament. And with 6:46 remaining, it is 3-0 for Team Massachusetts. High shot is into the chest of Poirier. From the circle, that shot lifted over top of the net. Poirier tried to get her glove on it. Bounces up to the line, and Hayton can just get the puck out of the zone, where McCarron now will look over things. Nutter with the puck. Delaney kicks it down off his skate. Tried to get a tip from Vertentis. It's off the blocker of Poirier and into the corner. Puck off the boards, but not out. Spun back in, cross corner by Nutter. Off the boards, it's played back to McCarron. Wrister in and out of Poirier's glove. Great save there on the rebound. Got her right toe to kick it away as it's out in front again. And Keegan Vertentis with one of the fastest hat tricks you will see. 5:37 still to go in the first period, and it is 4-0 for Team Massachusetts. Nobody here in Exeter has had an answer for number 16 in red. Never came off the ice. Welch into Bradley's glove, and she'll take the whistle. This is my first time seeing the 2013 Team Massachusetts, and it didn't even take them 10 minutes to impress me. In particular, Keegan Vertentis, as advertised, came in with 8 points, averaging over 2.5 a game in this tournament. I've called a lot of hockey in my life, juniors, college. I want to say that's the quickest hat trick I've ever seen registered. As Mosher trying to get something going for Team Vermont. They're in a big hole early as it's cleared out through Sanford. Fitzgerald will lumber onto it. Into the corner, Feldman Quickly playing it around the wall, but Massachusetts waiting for it. It just hopped over the stick of Ressener. Quick reload, and it's Hurley who's got the only other goal in this period. 3 for Vertentis, who's now up to 10 goals, and the stat line is kind of funny when you look at it. 10 goals, 1 assist for 11 points. Why pass the puck, though, when it goes in every time you shoot it, it seems like? Puck in tight quarters. Trying to ram that through towards the net with Sheehan. Now from the point, fired wide by Shiner. Puck turned up the ice, but Merrill just couldn't reach for it. He would have had a clean-cut breakaway. Puck is held in by Vermont. Salvatore. Checked by his number's sake, Sheehan. The 297s chase each other. Back out to neutral ice. Kinney has to be careful. He had Haggerty in his grill. And we've got a whistle here with Team Massachusetts in possession. High stick is going to be the call. And Team Vermont will get the game's first power play. It will be Sheehan off for $1.50. You know, it's June, the weather's really nice. It's amazing to be calling hockey this time of year. I was a fool to think that this rink would be a little bit warmer. As cold as it is when I'm here during the winter, my hands are not going to make it, I think, through the rest of this day. Our third and final day of this New England Rivalry Challenge. Here is Keegan Vertentis. Short-handed on the move with a shot. Poirier, an athletic stop there. She had to flash out into the splits to kick it away. Vertentis tried the self-pass and in the process bulldozed over one of the Vermont players. I did not see who it was for Vermont. That was as heavy as a hit you'll see. Although it was an inadvertent one. Those certainly shake you up as we'll take a quick break. 3:24 to go here in the first from Exeter. Fortunately, everyone gets up from the ice after that collision. Vertentis was trying a self-pass. He put it off the boards, and then as he was looking to go around his defender, ended up just going straight through him. Certainly hope that the Vermont defender is okay. The coach came out to check on him, got back to the bench without too much further assistance, which is always a good thing. It's been a tough start to this game for Vermont, and they're trying to get something going with a power play, but it is Massachusetts controlling the puck, or at least they did, as it's coughed up by McCarron, but there is Vertentis recovering, and now looking to split defenders. It was at least 3 white sweaters he was going to have to get by. As Mosher passes up ice, but it's off the skates, that time of Welch. 10 seconds to go in Sheehan's penalty as Butler fell down. Here comes McCarron in across the line. McCarron absorbing checks, worked it across the slot where it's cleared aside from an oncoming Nutter. Puck played around where Feldman tries to buy himself some time, but a swarm of red sweaters converge. A step on a no-look feed into the slot, cleared aside, but not out of trouble. Delaney across the line for a shot, blocked off Welch. Lands in the corner for Stepan. Stepan lost his footing as Vertentis couldn't hop around Feldman. He'll wire it up the boards. Vermont gets to the red line. Pass off the feet of Butler, who is checked there by McCarron. Puck shuffled ahead by Stepan, but only as far as the red line as Beaudet comes over to pressure Delaney. Right outside the Massachusetts line, it's brought ahead by Vertentis. Bumped by Feldman. He'll twist it on back. McCarron fanned on his shot. Now gets it back and just flings it towards the corner. Hurley for Vertentis in deep. Back around the net, it's Hurley trying to find Stepan, but that pass was misfired. McCarron had it taken away by Butler. It nearly was a 2-on-1 for Vermont as we're into the final minute here of period 1. As Vertentis is going to try and catch up to it, he will, and put it off the side of the post. Poirier swimming around, it's in the crease, and Vertentis has himself another. 4-goal period for Keegan Vertentis. And a 5-spot early for Team Massachusetts, who still have 30 more minutes to play. Four of the 5 goals in this opening period of play belonging to Keegan Vertentis, as there's a penalty coming up against Massachusetts. Puck is iced here. There will be a penalty, cross-checking call. This time it'll be Fitzgerald heading to the box. Tyler Hurley with the only other goal for Team Massachusetts in this opening period. It has been the Keegan Vertentis show in this semifinal round. 20 seconds to go here in this opening period, and Vermont could just use anything right now to get themselves in the game. They might have it here as Salvatore played it into the feet of Bradley, who was sharp on the cover. What makes a team like this so daunting, a team that can score at will, is not only that they can score at will, but they defend just as well. Braylon Bradley, that .913 save percentage, it's pretty impressive, and I've got a goaltender as well to my right. These summer tournaments, you know how wonky they can be. There's not a lot of emphasis on defense, so to post a .913 save percentage, pretty impressive. And speaking of impressive, the first period had by Team Massachusetts, outshooting Vermont 18-5, outscoring them 5-0, as we'll take a quick breather here from Exeter and be back in just a moment. We're back here for the second period of play. A 5-0 outburst in the first for Team Massachusetts, led by none other than Keegan Vertentis, who has 4 of the 5. As many pucks have gone in the net for Team Massachusetts as Vermont has put onto Braylon Bradley, who's stopped all 5 shots she's faced. Madeline Poirier has just been under siege since the get-go. She has seen 18 shots, and she has stopped 13 of them. As Vermont starts the period on the power play for about 45 more seconds, it's deflected into the zone by Nemo. Pitched around the wall and swatted back out through the neutral zone. A quick exit as Kinney's back to pick it up. Fitzgerald in the box. Cross-checking was the call on him as it's given up. Hurley trying to get some separation from his teammate. That time was Handley. As it's back to the point, Resiner shoots. Blocked down off of LaRoche. As LaRoche nearly gave that away to Hurley. It's batted into the corner for Kinney, who will shovel it up to the line. Butler for Nemo. Now up the wing. This could be an opportunity for LaRoche with a shot off the blocker of Bradley. She had trouble finding the rebound. Team's back to even strength as this is played down the wall. Puck blocked out on the centering pass. Held in by Welch as Sheehan was taken down. Pitch forked out by Resiner, but it was played with a high stick, and we'll get a stoppage. Puck tangled up there in the high slot. Massachusetts trying to dig it free. They will for a shot off the glove of Poirier. That was Morgan who let it fly. Scored a pair of goals on Friday against Team Vermont as the long point shot is trapped up by Poirier along the chest. I imagine that we'll see both goaltenders for both teams in this game. Max Swenton for Vermont. Andrew Polnarev for Team Massachusetts as Salvatore on the block might have a step here, trying to settle this puck down, but it's broken up on a strong defensive play. That time from Shiner. Salvatore just couldn't get enough speed to break away. As now Massachusetts gaining the line with numbers, turning with it. Shiner off the end boards. It's picked up as Massachusetts looking to center. Mosher, though, back defensively to help out. Lost it to Morgan. Then the outlet went off of Mosher as this puck bobbling dangerously towards Poirier's goal. Vermont finds a way to get it ahead. Mosher has a 3-on-2 brewing. He's going to take a shot, and it's stopped there by Bradley and into the corner. Salvatore in the corner. He's got Merrill along with him. Merrill onto the puck, looking to center. Merrill around the goal, back up to the point where it's flung on net for a save, and Bradley able to trap that puck up in between the pads. After that shot from Lamoth got all the way in on goal. Face off. Sees the puck up to the line. Hayton tapped it into space, but it finds Keegan Vertentis, who gets around Lamoth. Here comes Vertentis. Passes into the crease and off the post. That almost went in, and it would have been his 5th. McCarron right at center. He'll gain the line and let it fly. Poirier couldn't squeeze the glove there, but made the save. As Butler can't get around Vertentis. And here he comes again, looking to work around Feldman. Vertentis on the backhand, and Poirier Looked behind her for a moment, but she had it in her equipment. No goal. Team Maine currently with a 1-0 lead next door on Team New Hampshire in their semifinal match. Point shot blocked off LaRoche's legs. He's had a few shot blocks here already in this game. As Massachusetts remains on the puck, it's played off of Poirier and through the crease. Hanley almost snuck that one in. Battle for it along the end boards. Hurley knocked down to his knees as it comes free to Kinney. Kinney stops up, trying to evade the pressure, but Massachusetts swarming around here. As now LaRoche can carry it out of his own zone and perhaps look for more. LaRoche, an active shift here for the defenseman, fired a shot that was just blocked wide as it tumbled through the crease. Tipped up towards the line and just held in there at the blue by LaRoche. Up towards the front, blocked down though before it ever got to goal by Ressiner. Now Fitzgerald up through center, converged on there by Mosier and Kinney. Mosier plays an indirect pass off the boards. Fed right back to the neutral zone where Nemo will look to work his way in, but Team Vermont offside. Now they have tagged up, just in the nick of time too, as that puck hit Butler. Dug off the boards, and Hurley will look to carry in, but it's scooped away from him by Kinney. Here comes Welch in over the line, shooting one on goal, and it's picked off by Bradley. An easy save for her. Here comes Sheehan on the move. Almost got around Boudreau on the toe drag. Followed up in the corner instead by Haggerty. Haggerty has support in deep. This is Morgan off the skates of Haggerty, and he chips it across the crease. Nobody home on the near side. 9 minutes to go here in the second. A much tamer period than our first, which saw 5 goals put up on the board by Team Massachusetts. Out comes Boudreau, gaining the line, and now firing one in where Bradley has eyes all the way on that shot. No trouble for her into the catching glove. Vermont is going to have to find a way to really test Raylan Bradley, who's stopped just about everything she's seen here in this tournament. Massachusetts has only allowed 7 goals across their 3 games played. And as I mentioned earlier, 5 of those 7 came in their last game, which was a barn burner and a half, an 8-5 win over Team New Hampshire. Vermont right now just looking to get a goal up on the board. It has not come easy for them as Vertentis blazing another trail, and he put that over the head of Poirier and then the glass. Along the boards. It pops into the circle, just rolling away from Stepan. He got it back for a shot that was stopped, and Poirier, with plenty of traffic in her crease, covers up with Lamoth battling against Nutter. Vermont will switch the goaltenders up here. 7:51 to go in the second. Madeline Poirier, all things considered, did everything possible, facing 26 shots and stopping 21 of them. Now Max Swenson will take over and try and keep the damage limited, although not easy to do against this Massachusetts side. Butler tied up along the boards. Kinney in there as well, but he couldn't pop it free. Vertentis into the middle. Stepan's backhander was stopped by Swenton. Puck still available as they jam for it at the short side. It popped off somebody and up into the air. Might have been the goaltender, Swenton, who was down in a prone position. Vermont dodges one there on that shift as Nemo tries to hop past the check, but Delaney gives him nothing and emerges with the puck, as that was a dangerous pass on his backhand. He played it in the middle, though, and got away with it as McCarron lost it just across the red line. Here comes Butler now with some room, but the puck rolls away from him, and McCarron will swing around the goal. He ran into Nemo's check. Welch now. Couldn't get around the fallen Delaney as it's wiggled out down the boards. Kinney trying to slow down the charge of Vertentis. Penalty coming up here on Massachusetts, their third. Tripping the call. It's 6:24 to go here in the second. Hanley to the box for tripping, and now Massachusetts makes the goaltending change. 11 saves on 11 shots for Bradley, a Schill exit. And the net now occupied by Andrew Polnarev. He'll set in his net for this Vermont power play, which is looking for a goal, and they might get one. Salvatore off the corner of the post and crossbar. Tough break for Vermont. That was a wicked wrister there from Salvatore, and he almost, and I mean almost, picked the corner far side. That came out and down in a hurry. As this is Mosher trying to get around two defenders, as a Massachusetts player, it fools Polnarev, and Vermont gets a much-needed goal on the power play. 5:43 to go, and it's 5-1. Some misfortune there for Ressener. Went off his shin pad and in as Polnarev was moving across from left to right. Vermont will gladly take that bit of friendly fire as they now trail by 4. 5.5 to go in the second as Salvatore got a good piece of Hurley there in neutral ice. Puck here not cleared. See if that goal gives Vermont some life. As Merrill got a tip and just guided that wide of the near post. Puck is worked out by Hanley, who was in the box for that power play goal. Hurley, quick feed out in front. Hanley too tight to the goal as it banks off the side of the net back out into the slot. And Butler is able to skate it out to safety. He's got Salvatore along with him. Butler with a shot right on, and Polnarev the save right into his chest. 5-1 game here, under 4.5 to go in the second. The only goal of this period belongs to Vermont. Power play goal that they credit to William Mosher, his first of the tournament. That came at the 9:17 mark. From the circle. A shot off the side of the post. Swenton had things covered as he was upstanding. Hayton off the woodwork and out to center where McCarron flips a pass middle. Brought in over the line by Delaney, and now he'll drop it off for a Morgan shot that was blocked by LaRoche. The rebound almost squeezing in through Swenton, who got back to the far post just in the nick of time. Vermont wins the draw in their own zone, but the puck held in along the boards by Delaney. Covering for him nicely at that was Vertentis. High slot, he'll whip one on goal, and it's gloved there by Swenton. Another win there for Mosher, who has Vermont's lone goal so far. Pass out high. Here's Vertentis winding up right on goal this shot, and Swenton able to swallow that up. You rarely see that nowadays, the big windup. But Vertentis had a lot of time and a lot of room in that far circle. That is the last player Vermont can afford to give any space to. He scored his 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th goals of this tournament, all back in the first period. Vermont will dig the puck out. It's pulled past Stepan and brought through neutral ice by Welch. Welch with a shot, muffled as it makes its way in on to Polnarev. An easy cover-up for the Massachusetts goaltender. Blockered away after that face-off bid by Polnarev. Sent down ice where Hanley couldn't catch up to it. It's hacked over towards the glass. Feldman using the reach. Able to pull the puck away from Hanley, and he just gets it out off of Ressiner's stick. Stretch pass up to the line, connecting with Butler fresh on. Here's Butler on his backhand. He couldn't wiggle the puck towards the middle. Hurley off a skate. Played out of the zone there by Massey, and now it's a break for Hurley. Moving in on Swenton, and he put that off the crossbar. I was ready to say goal. That looked like Hurley put it underneath the bar on the stick side of Swenton, but Vermont able to scramble around their goaltender to cover up. As Massachusetts almost had their 6th goal, it looked mighty close from up here. Out high in the zone, it rolls over to Salvatore. He will bring it in across the line. He's got options with him in Merrill and Butler. Around the net, swung it across the crease. Merrill, though, had his back to the play. And it's brought out now by Massachusetts. This is Haggerty flipping a backhander ahead. It's Sheehan now trying to work past LaRoche, who has had himself a really solid game. Cam LaRoche blocked a few shots and has been real active with the stick, as everybody running into each other here, including the referees. One of them colliding there with LaRoche, who has had himself an active game indeed. Looking to defend against Sheehan. There's another well-timed poke, but it comes back for Morgan, who just wiggled his shot wide. Sheehan. In the final minute of the second period, it almost came into Morgan's wheelhouse. Puck not out of the zone as LaRoche up to the point. And we've got whistles here. Roughing call, and it looks like Massachusetts will pick up their fourth minor penalty of this game. Sheehan to the box. Desperate times call for desperate measures. It looks like before the intermission, Vermont is going to pull their goaltender here. Trailing 5-1, why not skate 6-on-4 here? Puck played back into the corner by LaRoche. See if this gambit pays off for Team Vermont, if they can get a goal here before the intermission. Their lone goal has come on the power play as Vertentis sees the net empty and didn't miss by much. Wide left. 25 seconds to go in the period. This power play will carry over if Vermont cannot score as Boudreau's shot wide of the goal. It's centered out in front, almost hitting Salvatore. Dozen seconds left in the period. It is Mosher who has the goal, trying to fight around Delaney. Mosher down low for Salvatore. 3 seconds to go. Time's going to run out on Team Vermont, who will take a 40-second power play into the third period. They trailed Team Massachusetts in this semifinal 5-1 as we'll make a fresh sheet of ice and return here to Exeter in about 11 minutes.
Listen up. We are ready for this. I hope we remember all we've done to prepare for moments like today. 2 to 3 hours on the ice every day, working on areas of our game. Getting the weights to build our strength and conditioning. All the film sessions to improve our hockey sense and analyze our play. And studying hard in the classroom to become a better student every day. We are ready. It doesn't matter who we play. We faced the best teams before. Do you guys remember what happened?
Out here in overtime, Bazzaio up the right wing, shakes his defender. Jeunesse calling for it. Bazzaio fires the pass. Jeunesse shoots. He scores. Skull wins in overtime.
We won that game. We were ready, and we won. We can win again today. We've come from all over the world to play here for this team at Spa, to become the best we can be. Along the way, we become more than teammates, fellas. Become a family. Sure, someday we'll play on different teams at higher levels, but today it's all about this game. This team, this moment. And we are ready. Let's go, Spa. Bring it on.
Let's go, boys. Bring it in.
We are back here for the third and final period of this semifinal matchup in the 2013 age bracket. Team Massachusetts, a 5-goal outburst to open up this game in the first period. They were held off the board in the second as it was Vermont getting the lone goal of that middle stanza. William Mosher on the power play. Vermont on the power play right now, but it's Team Massachusetts controlling the puck here out of the gates as McCarron shoots and scores! A little dipsy-do along the blue line. He stepped around a check and fired it through traffic. It's a shorthanded goal to make it 6-1, 31 seconds into the third. That's the first goal that Max Swenton has allowed since coming into this game. He had stopped 10 out of 10 in that second period of play. 31 seconds into the third. Team Massachusetts, their 6th goal of the game as we're back to even strength. That shot, glove there by Swenton off of Stepan. They scored the goal as belonging to Hunter Stepan, number 20. That was certainly McCarron who took the shot. I didn't see a change of direction at first blush. If it is Stepan's goal, it was manufactured off of a nifty move along the blue line by Caden McCarron. Either way, it's a 6-1 lead for Team Massachusetts, who are looking for more. Is right on the doorstep. Hanley denied on an aggressive lunge from Max Swenton. Now a penalty coming here on Vermont. It'll be their first penalty of the game. Following the shorthanded goal, Massachusetts now to the power play as Salvatore is in the box. Power play setting up here as that shot blocked off of Feldman. Hayton, though, couldn't clear as Hanley looks over things and finds Fitzgerald, who almost directed that down low to Hurley. Touched back to the point for Massey. Massey down into the circle. Hanley opens up, walks in, fires, and misses there to the glove side. Around the net. Fitzgerald for Hanley. And back to Fitzgerald. Along the boards, Feldman checking Fitzgerald, who comes away with the puck. It's tapped by Hurley over to Hanley. Hanley along the boards, hassled there by Kinney, who steals. And Kinney now finds Hayton, who dragged it across the line, but the puck gets off his forehand. That kills time off the penalty, as Hanley is bumped there by Hayton. 20 seconds until Salvatore's out of the box, as this is brought in over the line. Stopping up is Beaudet. He'll flutter it in deep to further kill the clock here. 7 seconds on this Massachusetts power play. Fitzgerald trying to rumble down the wing. The next layer is Massey, as the puck is locked up along the boards just inside the Vermont zone. Fitzgerald moves it in towards the corner where Sanford stops up on him. Sanford looking to take the space afforded to him out through center. Backhand pass does not connect with anyone. It stays onside. Played over to the boards, where Sanford now will have to retreat, as out comes Morgan. Red line gain, he'll send it in cross corner. Boudreau trying to throw his weight around into Haggerty. Puck glides through the neutral ice, and that pass from Shiner almost was picked off as it crossed the blue line. Now Mosher back in. He's got the lone goal for Vermont. His stick there was lifted, legally so by Sheehan, as Sanford will keep the line and work his way into the circle, feeding it into the crease, and Mosher just couldn't get a tap onto it as Polnarev, an awkward-looking save as he lunged back across his crease. Puck played towards the front where it was blocked down. Shiner on the move. Couldn't get past Butler or Merrill as Morgan will send it around. Kinney. Right up the middle where it's picked off by Morgan. Butler gains the line. Far hash, he'll stop up and try and pass middle for Merrill, but he was defended well by Haggerty. Morgan into the middle of the ice. Sheehan can't split through three white sweaters as it's clubbed up the walls. Salvatore, on the second effort, was able to punch it down the ice. Here comes McCarron, who I'm still convinced scored that shorthanded goal. He gets tripped up, and a penalty coming here against Team Vermont. Second power play coming up for Team Massachusetts here with 9:20 to go and counting, as it's a running clock here with the score reflected at 6-1. Tripping penalty called on LaRoche. Here is Delaney along the boards. He'll go down the wall for Nutter, feeding it out into the middle where Stepan couldn't get a tip on. Here is McCarron into the circle, and he hoisted that over the crossbar. Did not miss by much. On the prowl is Maine as Delaney took that right into the crease. Vermont able to send it down the ice. Pass up the wing to Nutter. Got around Lamoth, who swung and missed, trying to stick check him. Bodette, despite losing his stick, made a good play, forcing Massachusetts to reset. Delaney down the wall. This is Nutter. Nice move. Nutter now shooting. That was stopped, and the rebound just punched away from Stepan. Back to the point. McCarron wants the shot. Got the tip from Vertentis, who almost got it back out in front. It bobbled over his blade as Vermont can clear, courtesy of Bodette with 20 seconds to go on the power play. Lamoth pitchforks it out to center where Delaney drops it back. This is Stepan. Couldn't get through Feldman. Penalty is expiring here as LaRoche out of the box. 7:35 to go here in the game. Vermont has managed to kill off both penalties that they've taken here in the third period. They've allowed 5 even strength goals as they almost got a goal there on the wrap bid. Polnarev was able to get from post to post as that is offside on Team Massachusetts. Face off from the neutral zone, brought back in briefly by Fitzgerald. Tripping penalty coming up on Massachusetts here as Boudreau was upended. This will be Vermont's 5th power play. They're 1 for 4. Hanley will sit in the box. And so will Fitzgerald. So a 5-on-3 for Vermont. Can they make something happen on it here? Brought back in by Butler, protecting against Hurley. Now tucking it into the middle. Salvatore just had it get under his blade. Puck comes around the goal for Shiner. He'll fire it all the way down the river, and Hurley is going to get to this puck first. Hurley in back of the net, uses the net as an ally and tried to wrap it into the short side. The skate of Swenton denied him there. Shiner, pressured by Salvatore. This is Merrill's shooting, blocked wide. Good stick that time. LaRoche hassled from behind by Hurley. Now Shiner draws a penalty himself. It will be a hook. Salvatore to the box as the penalties will expire here. Fitzgerald is good to go. Power play now for Team Massachusetts, their 3rd of the 3rd period. No Keegan Vertentis to start this power play unit as Swenton turns out Delaney's drive. Back out to the neutral zone. McCarron controlling it at that Spartan logo. Made a great move around Nemo. Onside, it was brought in for a moment. Kinney, while falling, lost it. Morgan ragging it, and on the backhand, pitchforked it over the goal. In back of Swenton, they fight for it. As trying to center is Haggerty. Haggerty locked up with Kinney as it's into the middle, but right there was Mosher, and he gets a clear. Another great move from McCarron. As he'll step in around Kinney. McCarron upended, a penalty on Vermont for tripping. We've seen some dazzling display of hands here in this contest. And it's what leads to penalties being committed like that. You try and slow down your opposition any each way, and oftentimes that means you have to do it illegally. 42-19 the shots. Max Swenton has been very good here in relief for Vermont since coming in midway. Addie Poirier under siege when she started the game. She left with 26 shots that she had faced, and she turned aside 21 of them. Swenton has been able to keep this a bit more respectable as Vertentis just keeps the feet moving. Keegan Vertentis disrupted there from behind by Hayton as he almost did it again from coast to coast. Feldman sauces it all the way down with half a minute to go on Welch's penalty. Passes up to Vertentis, and he's got Stepan going to goal. There's the pass, and it was off the boot of Stepan, who then plays it off the side of the cage. Diving effort made, but Vertentis couldn't get to the puck. Now Mosher making a few nice moves himself on the backhand, shut down by Polnarev. Out of the box comes Welch. Buck and a half to go here in this semifinal contest. Vertentis wiping out, but the puck almost followed up into the goal by Nutter. Five of the 6 goals for Massachusetts back in the first period. That's all they would need. They scored twice in a 45-second span to take a 2-0 lead and then just did not look back. Keegan Vertentis, who will ultimately go down as this tournament's leading scorer this year, scored a natural hat trick to make it 5-0. He scored that hat trick in 5 minutes and 1 second. 30 ticks to go in this game. Checking things next door. 2-1 the score in favor now of Team New Hampshire over Team Maine. One of those two are going to face Team Massachusetts, who win 6-1 in this semifinal contest. Another top-to-bottom performance. Keegan Vertentis with a 4-goal effort. 6 goals in total for Team Massachusetts, who got goals from Caden McCarron and Tyler Hurley. William Mosher on the power play, the lone strike for Vermont, who knew they were up against it. The 4th seed against the 1 seed. And Massachusetts showing why they are the best team in this tournament in this age bracket. A 6-1 win to punch their ticket through to the championship game. They'll face either Maine or New Hampshire. As up next, we'll shift gears now into the 2011 bracket.